I'm doing up my hair. Can't wait to get there, 'cause I'm ready now to feel your full long power next to me. I'm wearing black and...
Hello, it's a beautiful day in the French Quarter. All of the buildings are great to look at, and there's always random, interesting things that you'll see. Yeah, that skeleton peeking through the window was unexpected, but it matches the spooky vibe that's inevitable with New Orleans. Now, this video is split into 2 days, and I'm mainly focusing on the galleries, shops, and bookstores I saw during the daylight hours. What's really cute is that there's a small band playing in this intersection. Here's a little clip of the next day on the same street, Royale, but a little further down, where there's a cool different jazz band playing. It's really awesome. Okay, back to the video. I first started off by going down Royal Street, where pretty much most of the art galleries are located. The first one I checked out had a great collection. I was mainly interested in what I think to be the Belle Époque type art made by the artist Marc Clouzot. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but all of those pieces caught my eye. I thought they were particularly beautiful. And what was great about this place was I was offered to check out one of the ones I was interested in inside a private viewing room. I didn't even know that this was a thing, but the concept of this is to see how the art looks like in different lighting, mimicking a sunrise to sunset type of situation. After that, I decided to check out the other galleries. Each gallery had its own style of art. This gallery over here had beautiful, classical, almost Renaissance-like pieces. But there was a huge surprise upon entering. What the? That was not what I was expecting! If you're curious to know what that was, it was a nun and a priest graphically doing the deed. I really was not expecting that to be the first thing that I saw. Oh my god, I was shocked. There were a lot of galleries on that street, but this was the last one that I visited, which had great New Orleans night scenes. The camera's panning way too fast for you to see anything, but there you go. Okay, this over here was a gift shop for one of the museums that I went to. That's going to be in another video, probably. And who knows. And then I just did some window shopping. This is a cool antique shop that had a lot of interesting things, as you can see here. So many galleries. And here's a look at all the other beautiful galleries on that street. Honestly, New Orleans is just great to walk around in. And here's the New Orleans Pharmacy Museum. I mean, they always have this as a stop on all the tours, so I really wanted to just go in there by myself and just take a look around. But they were closed for some reason. Great plaque though, very informative if you want to pause the screen and read. Since that was closed, I wandered around even more, not knowing where I was going. But I did stumble upon a gift shop, and after spending way too much time in there, I got something. Gotta see. These will be pajamas or outside clothes that I'll actually wear no matter what time of the year. Favorite. Gotta represent the food. Okay, I know I said that was my last gallery. But like for some reason in my mind, these galleries that I went to were more like friendly or like familiar to me, and I enjoyed looking at these artworks more. I love pen and ink. They're just so beautiful. It was cute that one of the artists was painting over there. The one that I was interested in, I got the card, and I was so close to getting one of the artworks. But I passed because I wanted to still see what was out there. And then I stumbled upon this really cute vintage store. I mean, the sign says "Come here," you know? And And I went, really. And everything was just so my style. So cute. Very California, New York City hipster. Which is what I live for. And then I saw these very well done like watercolor pieces. Her Instagram handle was there, so I looked her up and found out her studio was literally right down the street on the other side of St. Louis Cathedral. So after staying and checking out this place and just absorbing the immaculate energy and vibes, I mean, come on, this place is so cute. I could live here, and everything was just so beautiful. I genuinely was thinking that people could just lounge here as a coffee shop. I mean, they had a table. All that was missing were the beverages. Overall, one of my favorite shops in the French Quarter. But after sitting and absorbing the vibes, I moved on and finally went down Jackson Square and checked out the cathedral before going to the art studio. Jackson Square! No voiceover necessary here. Just Adele's beautiful voice and Jackson Square. I want you to soak that in. If it does get eventually copywritten, this will just be silence, apparently. There we go.
Give me some from the old school. Give me some from back in the days. Give me some old school. If you're ugly, keep on walking.
Honestly, what a way to enter a sacred place. Whatever it is that's out there, at least there's a sense of humor. The dramatic shift from outside to inside was pretty instantaneous. You're immediately hit with the contemplative silence of being inside a holy place.
All our energy's not coming from right in front of us. That's why we have all this. Back here, percent to watch our show. If you guys please come to the front, so it looks like we have a bigger crowd. For those who speak English, go to the front. The rest will follow. Come on, y'all. We're pretty good. If you're in the front area, please grab a seat or grab a seat on the steps. If you're in the front area, grab a seat or grab.
After that, I continued down the street and looked for the art studio. As luck would have it, they were closed that day, so take two at the exact same time as yesterday. Let's get that Lyle Clark print. By the way, I didn't know it at the time, but that's the artist on the left. I got it signed. It's traditional to do it in pencil for watercolor. I asked for pen, but now Is that normal? I signed them. Okay. And we're time jumping back to day 1. We're finally stepping into a gothic shop of wonders. Honestly, I live for these spooky places, Halloween-esque, vampire-esque, very New Orleans vibes. I mean, I just live for this stuff. I love going in and seeing all the amazingly cool things. Well, certain things are unsettling as far as, like, I don't know, mummified limbs and shit, but like everything else, I'm like, yes. I really want a room in my house to be just like Victorian goth. I would love that. Might not ever happen, but if it could, that'd be amazing. And here we are at the first bookstore stop. This is a cool find that had a lot of books from like 200 years ago, first edition, second edition. You'll find that a lot in other bookshops as well. This bookshop was fun to browse around and look at all of the unique books, as well as the books that I'm familiar with. You can bet that I went to the Anne Rice section. I always do, because she's my favorite New Orleans-based authoress, and I found a lot of cool books, but I didn't get anything. That tends to happen a lot. I'm like the opposite of a shopaholic. I just like browsing, and very rarely, if I really want something, I'll get it. I did get a Jane Eyre book, not there, but at a Victorian townhome Airbnb that also doubled as an antique shop in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, of all places, when I was driving to New York, which was about like a year or two ago when I visited, and I loved it. So I ended up looking online to see if they had a copy that I could get in a different condition or what have you, and I found one. And I didn't get to show off then, so I figured, hey, this is a good time as any to show you the copy. I live for this book. It's second edition, and you can see the preface by Currer Bell, aka Charlotte Bronte. The illustrations just add that extra touch of beauty to the experience of reading. And I've seen all of the renditions. Probably top 10 books of all time, in my opinion. To avoid waxing poetic about this book, back to the video. Loved this top. Loved the store name, Crescent. So this wraps up about day 1, and we're going to go back to day 2 in the next clip. But for now, here we have Jackson Square during sunset, which is just a peaceful moment in itself. And after that, I actually went to Cafe du Monde for the second time ever in my life in this location. But you'll see that in another video. I wanted to make that its own thing. And here we are again, day 2, Jackson Square. This time you'll see that different vendors are present. It's a different time of day. Sky's clear. Just the atmosphere was different. I was really feeling it this day in particular, though. The peace, the beauty of the surroundings. It was more quiet in the square, which I thought was perfect when you're reuniting with a place that impacted you a decade ago. I wandered through this alley that has the most whimsical name, Pirates Alley, which really just adds to the whole atmosphere of finding a hidden magical place like Faulkner House Books. This is where William Faulkner lived for 6 months on the first floor apartment. He is an esteemed writer, and inside they closed off a small area and made it into a bookstore, which is so clever because you're combining the attraction of a historic place, tying it in with a writer, which ties into the whole bookstore shtick, which really makes browsing around a place like this more special. Now, it is a small space, so your browsing around might be really quick, but it's worth a go. I think it's really nice that they have pictures and autographs of writers who I think visited this location. I mean, I saw a portrait of Harper Lee up there, one of my favorite books of all time, To Kill a Mockingbird. So that's something in of itself to just check out as well. Kind of like a mini museum of writers or something like that. The main reason why I came here is I think I'm overly sentimental about certain things. I bought my first book of beatnik poetry here when I was like in my jazz phase, don't ask me. And at that time, it really meant a lot to me reading that book. Some of the poems, to be fair, I don't like. I mean, that's just in general, but just like the comfort that poetry brings is really special when you need it. So as someone who didn't buy books, like I bought books rarely because, hey, I was struggling as a student, this one really meant a lot. So I committed to the fact of being hella extra and comparing the book I have to the newer replacements they have on the shelf. Checked out Anne Rice once again, and I was out. We got the photo. We got the shot. And on that Anne Rice note, evening hit New Orleans and the vampire vibes were in. So the last shop that I checked out was Vampire Cafe's sister store, Boutique du Vampire. The dedication to the theme with the jokes that they had on the door and on the outside. I love when places commit like this. This is all cute. This also was a smaller space, but they really did fill it up with cute decorations and items that are really fun. And honestly, it just reinstated the belief that someday I will have a room dedicated to Gothic Halloween decorations and vibes, because the purple and black and bats are definitely something I need in my life, because I have an inner goth in me that just needs to be awakened from its coffiny slumber. So there's that. Also, they sell the tea that I drank from the Vampire Cafe here. It was fun to drink that in a teacup and saucer, so try that out. The blend is called Nosferatu, which is so cute, but they didn't have it in store this time. Maybe next time. And that concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it, gave you a little idea of what to expect about the magic of New Orleans. See you in the next one.